What you doing over there?
Doctor?
We're a little bit frustrated.
Our transducer stopped.
I feel like I'm doing yoga. We're gonna hear Salty Pat pretty soon. Anything salty to say? Back to test more variables.
Hey everyone, and welcome aboard. We are Pat, Alexa, and the one who didn't help us troubleshoot this at all, Gilligan the Fat Boat Cat. We live aboard our 57-foot Nordhavn in Mexico, and we're currently prepping for an upcoming haul-out by testing some new hardware. Last week, we came to you, our viewers, asking for ideas. Thank you all for your suggestions. Was it enough to get this transducer working? Let's find out.
Our transducer stopped, as everybody knows, a while ago. And we have one. I just want to test it.
So why are you in the bedroom?
Our transducer module, the sounder module, it's in my closet.
Time to clean out the closet then.
So I gotta take all my stuff out of the closet, take the side panel off, and get access to the module. And I can plug that in. Hoping maybe we can run it out a window or something, maybe even test it in salt water.
Oh, so this is about
but
testing
you can
it.
do it, but I just want to make sure it works with our equipment. If it doesn't work, then we need to get one that actually works. So
Okay,
I'm pretty confident it'll work, but
here we go.
here we go. I don't want to install something and go,
Go clean out your closet, man. All right, so Pat called in the smaller guns. Had to attach this onto here, but of course it's behind a ledge and nothing quite works. So I am now in a closet, but
Alex, you need to come out of the closet.
Pat told me to come out of the closet. Anyway, now I think we can go drop it in the water and see if it works. All right, just coming outside. I should see a transducer here. Look at that. All right. Got it. All right, it's out the window. We're gonna put it in the water. We gotta tell the transducer software to read from this one, and then we'll see what reading we get.
Turn on the two chart plotters, and then there's a network sounder module. That was the black box that we connected to. That's like the driver provides extra power to the transducer, and it helps it read. Although these chart plotters have a built-in sounder module as well, but we couldn't get the cable to run that far. So that's what we did. So we're gonna power it up, and then Lex will go down and just hold it in the water, and we should get a reading.
Okay.
I might have to tweak a setting in here, which is fine.
All right.
Tell it what transducer we have. So
There we go.
fingers crossed. Okay.
Let me go do it.
Yeah, go hold.
Okay.
Just hold the base part, not the stem. Or the stem can be in a little bit. It was fine. We just don't want it to fill it up. So just okay.
Ready?
Yeah. Yeah.
Film a little bit of me putting it in, so it goes well.
Okay.
All right, right there.
A little further.
Okay.
That's fine right there.
All right.
Okay. Turn it on. Hold on, I gotta select the model. Nothing yet. Yeah, take it out for a sec. I'm trying to set this up. Got a standby. put it in the water. You ready? All right, it wasn't working because we had accidentally disconnected the power cord going into it. So it wasn't getting power. So, ready? Okay. Still nothing.
I don't hear or feel anything.
Oh, here we go. How about now? You hear it? Feel it?
Nope.
How about now?
Nope.
What is this thing doing? Why? It shouldn't be that hard. Can you tell me if you see any numbers
Okay.
or anything
Yep.
other than 10?
Other than 10. Checking. Anything other than temp.
Only getting temperature. Only temp. You hear anything?
Oh, this thing.
What you got for me, Pat?
What?
What you got for me?
This.
Alright. Transducer. Testing. So this, I'm going to put in the water and we're going to test it and see if it works. It's brand new, so hopefully it does. If it doesn't, it means something's wrong with our software or connections.
No, the sounder module.
If it doesn't, it means something's wrong with the sounder module. Haven't heard anything yet. Any luck, Pat? That's not a good sign, you guys. This is the second transducer we've tested, which means we may have a module issue. That's more complicated. Dang. I feel like I'm doing yoga.
What in the?
All right, Pat cycled everything on and off. We're gonna go back out and put this transducer back in the water and hope that we see depth or something. Yep. It's in. The fact that I haven't heard anything yet is not a good sign. We're gonna hear Salty Pat pretty soon. All right, Pat just tried a new Ethernet cable. I'm gonna go hold it in the water again, see if that helps. Anything salty to say? All right, let's try this again. Okay, it's in. All right, wasn't the Ethernet cable. Now we're just playing with variables. This is the second transducer we purchased. Well, the first one was old and we'd had it for years, so we thought maybe something was wrong with it. So this is the second one. I don't think it's a transducer problem. Looking more like a Furuno box, I don't know, something. Back to test more variables. So what transducer is this?
This is the old one. Just hold it in the water. This is
Oh.
our old one. I plugged it directly into the chart plotter,
Okay.
and we'll see if we can get it to work, because then we isolate the bad parts of the sounder module.
Okay, here we go. This is the old one. We've had it for a number of years. Let's see. It's in. Another day, back out here with the transducer. Gonna test it again. Pat just found an adapter because we were having a problem. This is 10 pin, the Furuno's 12 pin at the end of the cable, but he found an adapter, so we're gonna try that and see if this thing is at least working, and then we'll go from there. Of course, we just ordered a new sounder box yesterday, so maybe we don't need it. I don't know.
Doctor, so I'm installing our new sounder module. As you know, the other one failed. So I'm going to mount this one in my closet, but outside, so I don't have to take this stupid paneling off every time. So now I'm going to cut a hole down here somewhere so I can just run the cables of power, the sounder, and then the network.
And do you want to explain why it's downstairs in the stateroom and to start with?
Because our transducer, the cord, the plug head is too big to run up everywhere. Get it up to the chart plotters, which are capable of running the transducer, but we can't get the plug to it. So with the module, all we have to do is run a Ethernet cable down to it, and then that communicates to the chart plotters. So we ran a Ethernet cable, and then we just built the plug once we were down in the closet. So, yay.
Coming out the window?
What?
Are we coming out the window? Oh, got it. Okay. All right. Test the new transducer with the new sounder module. This has been a lot of trial and error, so hopefully this is it. I'm going to stick it in the water. Pat's going to see if he gets a reading. Tell me when you're ready.
Hi.
Oh, hi.
I'm up here.
Oh, you're up there. Hi.
Okay.
Ready?
Water? Yep.
You want to film what you see up there? Okay, he's going to film from up there. This really should be it. We have the right connectors, right adapters, 10 pin versus 12 pin. New transducer, new sounder module. It's a lot of work to get to this step right here.
Okay, ready?
Okay, he's ready. Here we go.
Is it in the water?
I'm on my way right now. Hold on.
Hi.
Hi.
You're on film.
Okay.
All right, we're gonna test our new sounder module. We have a new transducer also. So right now it's off. Okay, ready? Is it in the water?
I'm on my way right now.
Hi.
Hi.
You're on film.
Okay, it's in the water.
Okay. Turning it on. It's gonna find itself. Hopefully it finds itself. Okay, I'm gonna transmit. I'm not getting anything. I got temperature still.
We're putting this boy into the water so that we can continue to play with settings. Let's see if we can figure this out. Let's try and... I have 16 feet, then it's gone. Let's see. We're screwing over here, but I'm sick. So it gives us depth for a second. So this is starting. Let's try low frequency. That gave me 15.4. 17.8. Is he moving around out there? Are you doing, oh, you did some, so it was, if you were moving it, it went from 12.8, was 15.4 and then 12.8. I didn't realize you were moving, but it pings and goes away.
Right, that's what I got.
So we're closer.
What's it doing now?
Now, there's nothing yet. Oh, well, it just said 15.4. And it's gone. 16.4, gone. 17.3, 14.5, 16.4, gone. 12.6. Okay, so I'm gonna change the gain. Let me see. There we go. So it's not quite. We're getting closer, I think. I'm gonna change. What was it? Auto. Manual. Let's say manual. That's not right. Just gotta be a setting. Oh, it's a really big bucket. 467 feet in the bucket. So we're doing all the searching, trying to find out why. 425 feet. No reading again. 767 feet. Yeah. It's getting deeper at the dock. We just did a full reset of everything, restore, unplug it and plug it back in. We don't have a depth, but it's in the bucket. Pat's gonna put it in the water. Okay, let me check. No depth. Nothing. We're gonna bypass the sounder module, go directly to the Furuno here with the transducer, see if that changes anything. Got it to the point where it doesn't flicker anymore, but that's the depth in the bucket. But I'm gonna put it in the open water after he gets it connected. And that's an adapter, right?
Yeah. Blue to blue. Turn it tight. Okay. Okay. Go.
Put it in the what?
Yeah. So it works. The module, the sounder module, is screwing it up. So right now we have good bottom, good depth. Temperature looks reasonable. Interesting.
Yep. All right, Pat's putting it in the water. It's connected to this one directly. Nothing yet. Give it a minute. Look at that. We're getting, oh, lovely. All right. Okay, that actually makes a little more sense. I think he just changed the angle of it, but that is the first time we've seen that. And it's because it's wired directly, which means the sonar module is the issue. We're going to contact Furuno and see. We bought the one the guy told us to buy, so maybe there's something we need to do there. All right, so last night we had pretty much given up on this. We found that the transducer, when plugged directly to the Furuno, worked, but not with the sounder module piece. So we decided, screw it, we're gonna figure out how to wire the cable, get an extension cable from the transducer and just bring it directly here, even though that's gonna be a huge pain in the butt. So we decided we're gonna ship the sounder module back. And then this morning, a friend of ours, Brian Lewis on Egret, hey Brian, hey Brian, reached out. He called and said he is working currently
Actually, a Furuno factory guy.
With a Furuno factory guy. It is a friend of his, and the factory guy said, well, how much do you like these people?
Furuno flew the guy out to the Bahamas, where Brian is.
For Brian, yeah, it's been great customer service with those guys, and we know that. That's been historical. So Brian said, well, let me put you in touch with the guy, and tell him we're friends, and maybe he can help you out. So this morning, Pat's getting ready to fly out today. So, and I kind of need to know if we need to ship this sounder module back because we only have 30 days to do it in. So we're kind of in a time crunch here, but we're going to try a couple other things. The guy who's talking with Pat says they tested it on the bench with this sounder module, this transducer, and it worked, right? So what's the problem? So we're still in that dilemma of what's different on ours. That's where we're at right now. So we're gonna try some new things. We do appreciate Furuno doing their very best to help us out and make this work. And
Sort of. I don't know. Kind of where I'm at is with this module, this transducer module or sounder module. Somehow buying a chirp transducer, which we don't really want to do. Just that's another
the chirp
$1,500,
transducer.
$2,000 that we're already looking at an expensive haul out just because of everything else we're going to do.
Right.
Now it's like one more thing.
And we have we have two transducers
that work when we plug them directly into the chart plotter. So that's the aggravating part. Somewhere they're not talking.
They're not talking. That our transducers are not chirp. They're older. They don't have the technology.
Standard They're
But
standard transducers.
Furuno says that's fine. It should still work with this sounder module. So back to troubleshooting today before Pat goes to work, and then I'll be troubleshooting it this week without him, probably.
Which she's more than capable of doing.
I don't know. We'll see.
What you doing? This is not your normal boat uniform.
Yes, it is.
What are you
Captain, my captain. I gotta go to work again.
doing? But we haven't fixed everything. The transducer's not
That's the
working
way
yet.
it works on a boat.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll probably be doing this all the way to Vallarta.
No, I'm going to work on it while you're gone, and when you get back, it'll be fixed.
It'll be Lex that fixes it, not me.
Well, with help, with support.
Yeah.
Where are you going this week?
New Orleans, Eugene, and maybe Boise.
All right. Fine.
Trying to trade out of that trip. Not because I don't like Boise, I just want something a little more efficient, productive. So,
Okay, get us some footage, would ya?
okay.
People like that.
Good morning. Back to work. Just finished recurrent training a little while ago, about a week ago. Now my first trip back today, Seattle, then to New Orleans. Tomorrow, Seattle, then Eugene. And then day 3 is just one leg back to LA. Go to the crash pad, do some laundry, and then start a 2-day after that. Cheers.
Come on, guys. We just have a couple minutes, but we can knock this off.
Good morning. I'm in New Orleans. They're cleaning the jet, and so I just came in from an all-nighter. We're getting ready to go back to Seattle, then Eugene.
Guys, it's Steve.
Just got our clearance via data link, which is like a text message via space. There's our route today. Go back to Seattle. 4 hours, 41 minutes. There's the New Orleans terminal.
Well, gang, I fixed it. Pat left yesterday. We had some ongoing emails with Brandon at Furuno, and he was spectacular. I know he was super busy, and he just kept getting back to us with things to try. And this morning, early this morning, like 6 this morning, he sent us an email and asked us a question that he's kind of asked us a few times. And it made me wonder about something. So I'm going to let Pat tell you what it is that eventually I was able to fix it this morning. It was a little goofy because I had to get the transducer in the water, and I'm by myself, and I had to get it out a porthole and tie it onto a line and drop it in the water. But as you can see, transducer is showing 39 feet, and that's exactly what we're in right now. So this is solved. We're a little bit frustrated with how we got it solved because I think we could have saved ourselves a few days, but I'm going to let Pat tell the fix, I think. There she is. That's how it's supposed to be reading. beautiful thing. Here's my setup outside. Just sitting there in the water, because you don't want to get the top part of that stem in the water. Apparently I've interested some fish too. Anyway, that was a little interesting getting out of the boat, but oh, it's another beautiful day here in Mexico.
Hey guys, here's a little closure on our transducer saga. Remember at the closing, I was getting ready to leave. In fact, I've left. I'm on a layover right now, but I said, oh, probably Lex will have it fixed by the time I got back. And sure enough, next morning, it was working. So, couple lessons here. I had installed the sounder module, wired it, did all that correctly, hooked up the cable that came with it, because the transducer is a 10 pin and the sounder module is 12 pin. So Furuno makes an adapter that will, interact between the two. Well, the cable that came with it was wrong, or not. It wasn't wrong. It's just for a different chart plotter. It's for a different model, and it needed a black 10 pin to a blue 12 pin, and what was in the box was black on black. So I mean, Furuno got good, everything's color coded. So I installed the wrong cable, but ultimately I asked Lex, hey, go down, can you go look and just make sure that I didn't mess it up? And I think when I went down and double checked it or triple checked it, on the sounder box itself, there's the blue collar for the pin, and when I put the black cable in, a little bit of that blue was showing, and so I think that's what I was looking at. It's like, oh no, it's blue, so that works. Well, the cable wasn't blue. So in this case, in this situation, if you can, have a second set of eyeballs go and look at it and just double check it. So I'm the idiot who did it wrong, the dumbass. And once again, my beautiful wife saves the day. As soon as that morning, she discovered the wrong cable, plugged it in, and immediately the transducer it makes a clicking sound when it's in a bucket. That's how you can tell it's working. She put it in the water, and it worked. Boom. We didn't have to do any adjustments, didn't have to adjust gain, nothing like that. It worked in every mode that we wanted. So, valuable lesson. One I periodically have to relearn, but start with a simple. Something's not working right and you think it should, just start simple. Power, cabling, connectors, all that stuff. So chalk it up as a win. Now we'll haul out and install the new transducer and it'll work. So yay, Lex. Thanks for watching.
All right, so this one is done, it's fixed. We now still have to install it in June, but hopefully now we know how it's all gonna be wired. We'll install it correctly. The silver linings here, I guess one, now we have a spare transducer if we need it. Two, I am much more versed in how to use the TZTs after a couple of months. This has been a couple of months of this ongoing. Me playing with it, Pat playing with it. I hadn't spent that much time playing with the Furuno screens, and now I have. So I have learned. Pat's defense, yes, he did check downstairs multiple times to make sure, because he had bought the right adapter. He knew we needed the black to blue one. When I was looking at the video, and I'll put it right here. When he was plugging the transducer directly into the Furuno backbone, he did actually use the correct adapter. But then when we got it back downstairs, it ended up with the other adapter. When you plug it in, you still see the blue of the port that's on the sounder module. And if you were to glance at it, you might think that adapter is blue. You actually have to remove it to look to the inside of it to see if it's blue. So he had looked a number of times, and then it wasn't until Brandon said, are you sure you have the right adapter? He knew, And I removed it, and that's when I'm like, nope, this is not the right adapter. So again, shout out to Furuno. Thank you. You guys have great customer service. We're super glad it's fixed. all sorts of silver linings, I guess, is how we have to look at this one. Yeah, hopefully we've saved you. So if you ever have to do a similar thing, please look at that adapter if you need it. Not all the screens need it, but this one did. Anyway, that's it for today. Hype, like, subscribe, check out our membership levels. We're doing some cool things on those. And have an excellent day, guys. Bye.